SpongeX here, and I just saw The Wild Robot from DreamWorks and director Chris Sanders, who directed Lilo and Stitch and the How to Train Your Dragon movies. Now, before going into this, I did not know much about it. I just heard it was based on a book, and I remembered seeing a teaser trailer for it during Kung Fu Panda 4, and I thought it looked interesting. I noticed it was getting a lot of great reviews across the web, and I absolutely agree. It is a must-see movie. It's honestly the best animated movie I've seen since Zootopia. It seems like it's going to be a very predictable movie at first, but it goes in so many different directions. I honestly did not see the film's ending coming at all. The movie mostly is very lighthearted. It is a family movie, but it starts off surprisingly dark and intense. We see many animals getting killed off or eaten. Sometimes it's done in dark, humorous ways, other times a little more brutally. I think I even saw a bird get its head bitten off by a bobcat at one point. It happened so fast and it was in the dark, so it was hard to say, but I swore that's what I saw. It has a lot of dark humor in it, like a baby goose constantly getting kicked around by other animals. There's even a part where a mother possum mentions how she has 7 kids, and we hear one of the children screaming in terror off screen. Then the mother says 6 kids. It's revealed that the 7th kid was okay after that, but it was still a pretty dark yet hilarious fake out. The movie starts off very dark and cynical, but like the rest of the cast in this film, it really softens up over time. I don't want to go into major spoilers, but the movie stars a helping robot named Roz, who wakes up in a wreckage in an island forest. She mistakes all the animals as people who need her assistance, as she follows her directives to try helping them, all to the animals' annoyance. She tries adapting to the animals and eventually learns how to understand their language, and all the animals just see Roz as a giant deadly monster. One night, she gets mauled by an angered bear, hilariously voiced by Mark Hamill, and she stumbles onto a nest where she accidentally crushes a mother goose and its eggs. Only one egg survived, and Roz isn't sure what to do with it, but she decides to look after it upon scanning that there's a living organism inside of it. However, a crafty fox named Fink, voiced by Pedro Pascal, tries stealing the egg so he can eat it, but Roz protects the egg from the fox, and Fink is confused over why this monster is looking after something if she doesn't even understand what it is. Over time, the egg hatches into a baby goslin that sees Roz as his mom, but Roz is oblivious to the goslin's need of nurture and attention. A mother possum voiced by Catherine O'Hara tells Roz that, like it or not, she's a mother now, and it is her mission to look after the baby and to make sure that it's all grown up and able to survive on its own. Fink pretends to understand parenting at first to exploit Roz's abilities so she can get him free food, but over time Fink begins to really care for the two, and he decides to do his best to be a father figure for the goslin. He tries encouraging Roz to give the baby a name that isn't a code number, and Roz analyzes the baby's appearance and comes up with the name Brightbeak. Time passes, and Brightbeak is now all grown up, but he's a very socially awkward goose. He can't swim properly, and he tries swimming like a man based off the data that Roz downloaded for him. And he mimics robot sounds that he heard from Roz, and all the other geese brutally pick on Brightbeak for being a freak raised by the monster that killed his own mother and siblings. When Brightbeak finds out about this, he's understandably very hurt and upset by this, very conflicted, and Roz doesn't understand the feelings that she's suddenly getting over being a mother and how she's upset knowing that her son-like figure is upset with her. And she tries her best to make things right and to get Brightbeak to learn how to fly so he can migrate before winter approaches. Roz hopes that after completing her mission of raising the goslin, she can finally send a distress signal to her own kind so they can send her back home. I'm not going to spoil anything further, but yeah, the rest of the movie is rather unpredictable. Just when you think the movie is about ready to wrap up, the movie keeps on going without overstaying its welcome, and it just makes things more interesting as it goes along. It has a very bittersweet ending, but the development that the characters made along the way was very heartwarming. I was not at all bored with this movie. It was engaging throughout and very easy to follow, despite how there's a lot going on throughout. It has a number of plot points, with the robot trying to adapt to the wilderness until it can send a distress signal, the robot trying to comprehend her new motherly responsibilities and emotions, and then not to mention Brightbeak's own story with learning how to fly and migrating with his own kind. Not to mention the huge change of pace during the last 45 minutes of the movie, giving it a more emotional and action-packed tone. Overall, it's a beautiful movie with great animation, cute animals, a lovable main character, a cute mother and son dynamic, and even the side characters get great moments, especially Fink. I highly recommend it. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. That's all I have to show for now. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and have a great day.